Mr. Speaker, sir, in our life, good things will come, bad things will come, issues will come and go. However, it depends on one's mindset, how we receive it or take it. Because when we take it in a negative manner, only negative point. But when we take it in a positive manner, all these things will fall. On this issue, there has been a lot of hue and cry, shouting, murmuring, criticizing the government, criticizing our leader, so and so forth. I was invited by the indigenous people's forum of Nagaland to discuss the issue. They were shouting at least they were all 20 fingers at the 60 80 fingers, especially the two MPs. When my turn came, I told them, there is nothing to panic about. We should take this positive. And so from there on, I had to try to do a little bit of research on my own, subjected to a lot of correction. I want to say a few words. Yes, you are time limited to us. Nevertheless, I'll have you very brief. Mr. Speaker, sir, the decision to revoke the FMR and fence the India-Myanmar border is currently surrounded by misconceptions and misrepresentations of the prevailing reality. The colonial boundaries drawn in 1856 after the Anglo-Burmese War respected the close traditional, customary, and kinship ties among the two bordering countries, that is Myanmar and India. Moreover, I think we should all know as a member, the FMR, which was harmonized and formalized in 2018 by the present BJP government. That is the NDA government. The government recognized the artificial nature of these boundaries and facilitated the friendly relationship with Myanmar. The question here is why the sudden decision to revoke it. To me, it's $1 million question. Since time immemorial, the Nagas have been living in our own God-given land, in our own way of life, with our own traditions and customs, long before the birth of India, that is 15 August 1947, and Burma on 4 January 1948 as an independent and sovereign state country. Now, when you look at the history, Mr. Speaker, Nagas, we were a free nation. We were never conquered. We were never defeated. We never were ruled by anybody. We were sovereign. This speaks volumes of why our forefathers are fighting for sovereignty. The freedom movement, from the beginning, both the Burma and India operated a free movement regime for the tribal communities living along that common borders, recognizing the old economic, social, and cultural ties. The Burma Passport rule of 1948 allowed indigenous populations of all countries bordering Burma to travel to Burma without passport or permits. They did not need any passport nor permits at that point, provided they live within that 40-kilometer radius on the border. So, when you look at it, it is Burma who has taken the first step for operation of free movement region, followed by India in the year 1950. India also amended its passport rules to allow the tribes residing in that 40 kilometer radius around the border to travel to India and stay for 72 hours, or to be precise, 3 days. Thereafter, after 17 years, on 10 March 1967, Burma and India signed a boundary treaty which delimited their common frontiers in detail in the year 1968. It took 1 year. India unilaterally introduced a permit system for traveling across the border, and in the years 2004, after a gap of 36 years, India reduced the travel limit to 16 kilometers. That is what we do today. Then, after a gap of another 10 years, in the year 2040, India proposed a formal agreement with Myanmar, and after having negotiations, an agreement of land border crossing was signed by the two countries on 11 May 2018. As per the agreement, the residents of the two countries living within the 60-kilometer radius of the border are issued border passes. Now we need a part of border pass, which they must carry at all times after crossing the border, which both the countries enjoy this freedom of movement through this agreement till date. The passes are usually valid for a year, and they can stay on the other side up to 40 days per visit. As per rough statistics, there are around 250 villages within that area, and nearly 3 lakh population or plus within that 10-kilometer radius of the border, who frequently cross the border through small and large informal and formal border crossings. This includes both the countries. For this very FMR, the two countries enjoyed friendly relationship, and even trade and commerce prospered due to this FMR, or rather agreement, whatever we call it. To our surprise, last month, January 2024, Mr. Speaker, the government of India hinted its intention to terminate the free movement region and proposed to fence the boundary between the two countries, has shocked us all. To me, Mr. Speaker, this is politically illogical. The first thing we need to analyze is the reason why, as I stated, this FMR has to be abolished after 71 years of its peaceful existence. In the 50s, they have already divided us mentally, and now they want to divide us physically forever, which we cannot allow. Today, as honorable members, as mandated leaders, I think it is our duty to stand up for our rights, to protect our people and our land. This, I should say, is illogical and cannot be accepted by the Naga communities from whichever state he or she is. Officially, in the Federal Ministry of Home Affairs, they stated that FMR was scrapped to ensure the internal security of the country and to maintain the democratic structure in the northeast states. Government of India blaming insurgency or drug peddling for closure of FMR are not valid grounds to me. I believe there have a hidden agenda, and that is to check the influx of Christian population, as the Hindus are minority in almost all the northeast states. Hindu belt we have only in Manipur, half of Manipur. The larger side Christian. Nagaland, Arunachal, everything are more Christians. So that's what I feel, I saw, subjected to correction. For me, the above reasons are not strong and very for removal of the mark. Mr. Speaker, the injustice rendered to the Nagas by dividing the Nagas by the then Prime Minister Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru and the then Burmese Prime Minister Mr. Unu in the 50s is indeed disheartening. They violated the arbitrary international boundary by drawing an unexpected imaginary line that divided the Nagas. dividing one tribe, one family, dividing brothers, dividing our land, our home, everything. However, Mr. Speaker, as I said, when you take things politically, you should take things politically. This issue has brought the Nagas together. It has united the Nagas to show our solidarity for one another. Therefore, as we are all aware, when it comes to security and international borders, issue solely lies with the center, and it has listed in the unit of 53 and 54. And so therefore, the state cannot do much. Nonetheless, we should not forget that Article 371A has always been there to protect our rights, our land, our customary practice, our religion. And so therefore, if we use this Article 371 wisely and properly, it will protect us. Therefore, coming to conclusion, my point of contention, Mr. Speaker, to this August House is to pass a resolution requesting the government of India to consult all state governments, all stakeholders before taking the final call, and also requesting the government to regulate the system and adopt stringent laws in checking insurgency and dealing with drug peddlers instead of fencing the borders. Perhaps there are better ways of dealing with issues rather than directly confronting with the citizens. With these few words, I want to thank you for giving me this time.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.